End of the day, we are all in charge of our body. If we want change, we're gonna want change. We're gonna make that happen. But all this negative uh uh criticism and people and making us feel uncomfortable that we don't fit in, you guys need to stop, okay? Because first of all, some of us was born this big. Some of us didn't want to be big. We didn't ask for it. And if you go back on my previous video, I talked about emotional time bomb. I also mentioned how fucked up that in this society they normalize stress, because stress is the reason why we get all fucked up. Okay, all right. So if love is blind, why is lingerie so popular? If love is blind, why is it men bodybuilders and working out is so popular? And if you are with somebody, if you met somebody or you married somebody who were already obesity or overweight, why is it that all of a sudden you have a problem with that? If I can remember when we married, we had a vow that tell that we had to say, for rich or for poor, and through sickness and health. But where is the part about through fat and skinny? Chances are you won't find this stipulation in any marriage vows. And frankly, it might be because weight and physical attraction is an important factor in sustaining intimacy. Some couples who have been married for years will tell you that their physical attraction to each other has intensified over the years. while others say that their attraction to each other has lessened anyway, even without weight gain. While changes in appearance are inevitable due to the natural aging process, pregnancy, and other health conditions, these kind of changes are a little more acceptable to some because they are involuntary. It seems like a different story. However, when a spouse gains weight due to their own lack of effort in eating right and exercising, they're gonna be, if you got gray hair and wrinkle, oh, people's gonna install you. The people are gonna honor you. But when voluntary weight gain creeps in, here's my question: do spouses or your significant others or individually have the right to demand change? If you marry someone thin and someone you were physically attracted to, then it's not unfair to accept that your spouse will remain their weight and health over the years. If you marry someone who was already overweight and had issues with overeating and who was physically inactive or lazy, then it's unreasonable for you to become angry or hurtful at your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend. You knew who the person you was marrying. You knew the person that initial the relationship, and you should have accepted that major change was probably not going to happen. Look, the bottom line is that there's nothing wrong with wanting your partner to look good to you. And while they don't have to look like $1 million every day, basic weight and appearance maintenance is not a reasonable desire. So what are you gonna choose? Health versus hot. Which one are you gonna choose? Being frustrated about your spouse's weight gain isn't just about how your partner looks. Being overweight or obese is also about compromising good health, which means compromising the chances of spending more time together in the future. I get that. Your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend doesn't want to lose you early, especially not because of something that maybe could have been prevented. When you're overweight and obese, you are at a higher risk for diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol, heart attack, and stroke. Carrying around too much weight could also mean that you are unable to do physical activities that you and your partner maybe once enjoys, and you know what I mean by that. Not eating healthy and avoid exercising shows that you're not indicated to taking good care of yourself. This is something an overweight spouse should realize, and something that the spouse should stress instead of focusing solely on outward appearance and sexual desire. So if you are concerned and you care for your loved one, then approach with them with concern. Don't approach with them with the outward appearance and sexual desire. And if you're in public and if you worry about what other people view you or think about you, where you're somebody who is different size than you, then you don't deserve to be with that person. Especially if you know what the struggle is. We all know that we are at higher risk, but it does help if our loved ones come to us and say, honey, you know, I'm concerned about your health. Approach to us with the health concern, not appearancy, okay? Because you already knew how we looked since day one. So which one you gonna choose? Health or hot? That depends on you. Helping versus hurting. Which one you gonna choose? There's a fine line between helping and hurting someone who is overweight. On that one hand, sometimes tough love is the only thing that will motivate a person, while the other hand, constant criticism can drive your partner to eat more, even if or she wants to lose the weight. Ask yourself if there is anything verbally or emotionally you're doing to contribute your spouse eating too much. Because overeating can be an emotional reaction to many who turn to food to fulfill something that is missing or to cope with harsh criticism. The weight gain that proceeds may turn off the spouse even more, contributing to the vicious cycle of withholding affection and support. People don't want to be told what to do, especially about what is most certainly a sensitive subject. So, how would you find a happy medium? If you're one of those people that will go out of your way to fulfill your withholding affection, then you shouldn't be with that person. You shouldn't. Why would you do that? It's like this. I had a, you know, I was in a relationship, and I was in my 25. This lasted when I was like 25 to 28. But in between those age, that time frame, I started to realize that I was gaining weight. I was not. It wasn't that I was eating too much. It wasn't that I was uh sleeping too much. I once thought that because I was working night shift, that my clock body was just like in reverse, affected my weight gain. But overall, I was active. I wasn't exercising. Yes, I'm a smoker. But I was always active. And every time I go to the doctor, I was never a pre-diabetic or diagnosed with diabetes. You know, no high blood pressure. So I'm like, okay, but I'm active. And besides, I always make sure I look good. I get my hair cut every 2 weeks. I get my beard trim every 2 weeks. I be dressing good because at one point I accepted my change because that's aging process. But then I realized that one time I was out with my girlfriend at the time to the movies, outing to eat, go out in public, and I'm just noticing her just like not wanting to be next to me. I caught her that she was getting a little bit embarrassed, and then on top of that, she was withholding affection and started to look somewhere else to the point where it fucked me up, mentally because the person that she was eyeing on was totally different, opposite than me in heights and physical shape of body as well. So let me tell you, whether you are female or a male, if your opposite partner does that, you best believe that you're gonna get fucked up mentally. Your self esteem is gonna go so fucking low because that is the worst you can go through. They say lying and cheating is the worst. No, Adam, I'm sorry. If your partner brings out your self esteem to low, that is the worst of the worst. That person should not be with you. Okay. Before that, back in 2012 as well, you know, I went to the gym because at that time I wasn't big. I mean, I was fit. To be honest with you, I was fit. So, I wanted to go to the gym so I could keep up. Me and my girlfriend at the time, we hired a trainer. Let me remind you, this trainer was a male, 6 feet, light skin, bald head, and fellas, how these women like man bald headed, especially when you're like watching the movies and you see these actors that are bald, they find them sexy. I'm saying this right now because of after what happened in this experience that I'm sharing. But we hired this trainer. The trainer had each of us a regimen or regimen, whatever, to work out. One time we actually went to the gym, and he had me on the treadmill for 45 to an hour, and he told me, "All right, bro, uh, I'm gonna have you on the treadmill for 45 and in 1 hour, and I come and get you." I said, "Okay." Listen, it's been more than an hour, and I'm like, "Where is this dude?" So I got out of the treadmill, started looking for him. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe he forgot whatever, or he got distracted. Yeah, he got distracted because he was eyeing on my girlfriend at that time, looking at her ass. At that time, she was wearing leggings. So so how leggings are notorious for. And I said, man, fuck this shit. I'm not paying this dude to ignore me and to possibly fuck my girlfriend behind my back. Fuck that. So I said, look, I'm gonna cancel this shit. You're fired. You're fired. Whatever. What was going on? You had me on the treadmill for a time frame, and it's been over that time frame. And when I came to you, you was just fucking talking. You wasn't helping her. You wasn't assisting with any gym equipment. You was just standing there watching her ass while I was over there while you had me stuck in the treadmill. So I don't recommend you know people who wants to go and work out and get fit. I don't recommend you guys to go to the gym because I'm sorry, that's what it is. And not only that, but when you are big and you know you're not fit and you go through these gyms, you got these people who are already fit. Why are you there? Like, okay, okay, you're there to maintain your fit. But why you gotta give people a mean look to people like me and you, like to people like us who want to be accepted and who started their journey. That's why when you go to the gym, there's not too many fat people going over there because they it's not normal for a gym to have big people to be in it. Gym is known for people who want to you know build their body. And I'm sorry, but gym is also a place for you to increase your sexual market values because it's all about the physical, right? It's all about the physical. Okay. So in this case, what you gonna choose? Helping or hurting? Choose helping. To help motivates weight loss in your partner. You have to draw the line between encouragement and being the food police. And while you shouldn't have to curb all of your bad eating and exercise habits, if you don't have a weight issue, it's still helpful and motivating if you make an effort to lead by example. You know, we don't need y'all to tell us this is what you should eat. You're not eating this. If you eat all that fucking crap, that's why. Okay? If you're gonna pull up at the drive-through, do not assume that we're gonna order a bowl of salad, because most drive-through is pretty much burgers and fries and whatever. But don't be looking at us a certain way when we don't order a healthy food. Don't judge us. Don't judge us. Help us. Okay? You have to realize that an overweight partner is going to lose weight when he or she wants to, which sometimes leaves the spouse out of the equation. To get back in the equation, you should first ask your partner what they believe there needs to be. For example, do they need help with healthier cooking, or do they want to have an exercise buddy? I don't. You can then do an overhaul of your kitchen of getting rid of the unhealthy foods and only buying healthy foods from here and out. Accompany your spouse uh, on whatever exercise activity they want to pursue. I recommend walking. That's just for the beginners, and also that that is a great way to bond as well. But that's only if you only think about if you care what people think when you're walking with your spouse who's bigger than you. If you one of those people, forget it. Don't even don't waste your time to participate. Okay, you might as well just lie at that point. You can also come up with leisure activity that focus on fun but also promote physical activity indirectly. Help you know help get some research weight loss program that might be suitable for your overweight spouse. In other words, be proactive. If you're gonna help, be proactive on helping because you need to understand this will take time. Okay, let me give you a realization. If you are overweight, if you're somebody that is overweight and is in the category of obesity, and you're gonna help him or her to help, not only do you gotta be proactive, but you gotta be patient because it can take from 2 to 3 years for your spouse to change. And besides, while while you in that process of helping, being proactive and being patient, focus on other characteristics that you find attractive. Your spouse weight isn't the only influence factor in your attraction towards him or her. It could be their eyes, their hair, their voice, their smell, and more can all add to the attraction. And if your partner won't lose weight, if your partner won't lose weight, then try and focus on other physical traits that you like about them. Okay, this is gonna sound. I'm not bragging, but I know that I'm in the I'm aging, so your body change. I'm not going to the gym, but I stay active. While I'm being active and still still trying to lose weight, I keep my looks good. I like I mentioned, I get my hair cut. I smell good. I wear comfortable clothes. And believe it or not, before I met my wife, I was still big, taking care of my appearance, and I was still getting. Fellas, listen, fellas. Here's a motivation for 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 men. This is for men who are obesity. Okay, here's my motivation, and this is gonna help. I'm telling you from my experience. Do not rush to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, it will take time. But at the meantime, take care of your appearance. Take care of your appearance. Okay? And believe me, all that shit that society puts to where only the skinny man can get it, only the skinny man can have a high sexual market value. You can get it too, and I promise you that those skinny men will see that, and they're gonna resent you. They're going to they're going to be jealous of you. Why? Because you're not skinny and you're taking care of your appearance, and you're doing exactly the same thing what they doing, except that exercising is not at the same time frame what they are. So all these, big fellas, if you go and take care of your appearance and you smell good, you know, let's be more let's get to the material, which it's not about the reputation. It's more about the function. But if you're driving a nice car or old car, make yourself known. Make yourself known, because woman can see. Women see. Woman will notice, and I promise you, you're gonna get everything what a skinny man work their ass off to do. Okay, and if it works for you, please leave a comment. Let me know, because it worked for me, so I know it's gonna work for you. And also it goes for women who are also plus size. Believe me, as a man, I find women that are plus size attracted too, because I see how they take care of their appearance. They can get it too. Physical attraction to your husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend is not the end all or be all. The mental emotional attraction and compatibility between two can sometimes be enough to sustain a healthy and often passionate relationship. But it's also important to recognize the importance of physical attraction and to take the necessary steps to make sure you're doing your part to look your best and be the healthiest you can be for both you and your spouse. Please don't let you know don't let this society tell you like it is. Don't let this system, don't believe in the system. Okay. Okay, not all skinny men can get it. Not all skinny women can get it. Not all skinny men are confident. That's why they go to the gym. That's why they wear fashionable clothes to cover their insecurity. Okay, just with women, skinny women, they are insecure too. That's why they wear fashionable clothes to cover their insecurity. That's why they wear makeup to look good. So you know, uh, 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 don't let the system make you feel like you're not part of it. It doesn't matter anyway. If you was born that way, that's how you should be. But if you want to change, go ahead and always have somebody to support you in a positive way. Not not making you do it to make them happy. Because here's the trick part about it too. They will tell you, "Well, do it for me. Like if you want to, make me happy, do it for me." No, you should be happy with me no matter what. What you should be doing is showing me that you love me and you care for me and you want me to be in your life more longer. That is what I want to hear. Man, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. Okay? If they don't want to be with you during your struggles, do not let them in, during your success. I already know who I am. I already know I accept it. But I do, there's times where I get off guard, especially with these mirrors. Not all mirrors, make you look the same. And actually that's one of my battle right now, because since I'm taking care of my appearance for now until I'm mentally ready to go ahead and change, and lose weight. Okay, these mirrors, man, they get you, because some of these mirrors make you look short, some of these mirrors make you look tall. Some of these mirrors make you look even whiter. Some of these mirrors make you look skinnier, which it fucks with you mentally, because you be like, is that really how I look like? No. So do not rely on mirrors. Rely on people. People people who is going to approach with you to you in a caring way, in a concerned way. That's all. So don't worry. It's gonna work out. It's just I don't know. It's just a shame, man, that in this society you know, it's all about commercialize. It's all about that. Makeups, fashionable clothes, name brands. You know, embrace yourself. Realize your self worth. Remind yourself that it's what Remind yourself that is what's on the inside of that counts. It's what the inside counts. I really do appreciate people that they'll tell you, I don't care if you this, that on the third. It's the inside. Or I'm not paying attention on the physical form. I'm more I can see I can I'm more interested in you, in the inside, who you are. Because that's what matters, what counts. What counts is the inside, because even if you lose weight, you're still going to be the same. So you see, if you are overweight and you charismatic and you loving and you caring, you know and then you decide uh to lose weight because you want to feel fit in, you're gonna be the same. That's why if you're gonna lose weight, do it for health purposes. Do it so you can last longer, so you can live longer. And if you're overweight and you still active, continue to be active. Weight does not define the temperament, personality, and nature of the person. Who you are is determined by the way you think, the ability to improve yourself through enhancing your better character traits, and all the kind way that you deal with others. There are a very thin model who have very mean spirit personalities, while there are very large people who think of nothing more than helping others, and vice versa. Boxing people into stereotypes due to their appearance or and their weight is narrow-minded and untrue. If you come across someone fixated on defining you by your looks, do not take anything that person says seriously. Simple as that. It can help you understand that many of people invested in skinny myth equated being thin or a size zero with being happy and lovable. If you were feeling particularly unkind, you can ask them, how's that working out for them? But seriously, any attempt to link appearances with happiness is a fleeting and shallow linkage that is bound to end in tears. Because after all, even the thinnest person ages, and they spend their life, you know, value, you know, valuing their worth by appearance alone. They'll find aging a terrible shock. That's why in my channel I have a video that says value yourself, accept yourself, and love yourself. And if you want to change, do it for you. Do it for a better investment. Because just like I mentioned earlier, even skinny people are not confident. They're insecure. Accept yourself. If you spend your life afraid of what other thinks of you, it is a life half lived, a life spent hanging back in the shadows. Begin by not rejecting yourself, and should others seek to reject you, you will know that you are not in the need of their validation. You don't need their fucking validation. They can fall by like they can fall by, like you don't need them. So embrace yourself with a daily hug, a smile in the mirror. Every time you see yourself, and a thumbs up for great thoughts you have about yourself and others. You know, give yourself some positive affirmation. And if this helps, if you obese, right, and overweight, then think like a skinny person. Have that mindset. It's gonna work out. I'm doing it. You don't even have to look in the mirror. Just know that just know that mentally, in your mind, mentally, you're skinny. And I promise you that you're gonna fucking see changes. Just because you just because you think, act, eat, and walk and move around like a skinny person. The difference is that you are putting confidence in you. You are putting values to yourself. You are improving. That's gonna work. Embrace not only yourself but diversity. This is why I'm telling you, diverse is everything. Diversity is a celebration that humanity is made up for all sorts of people, even the grumpy, the mean, the scolding ones. Diversity is essential for humanity to thrive and keep on being creative species. Embrace complexity too, because life is rather more complex than the size of a person's dress or the numbers that pops up on the scale. In fact, people who chuck the scale are often much happier because measuring your life in this way can easily take a limited and obsessive inward looking focus. What about improving your character and making real achievement that benefit others? A far more complex and far more satisfying approach to life. That's what you're gonna get. Hang out with positive people who value character, not appearance. The people who spend most of your time with you shouldn't fucking judge or call you names. If they do that, they're not the people for you. Find friends who loves you for you and look beyond the are the are artificially of appearances. If someone calls you fat, your friend should be the one sticking up for you. It's what friends are supposed to do. If I was your friend, if someone talk mad shit about you, equal rights, equal fights. They're gonna hear from me. So I'm going to defend you because I know what it's like to be picked on. Write a letter to yourself. Talk to yourself. Like tell you know, you know, conversate with yourself. Get a piece of paper, pen, and write all the things you wish you can change about yourself. On another piece of paper, write down all the things that you like about yourself. If you like, have a friend or a family member to participate and write and have them write something they will never want to change about you. Read both of those letters and keep them for future reference and get rid of the negative ones. One option is to burn it. Get a lighter, burn the paper. Watch it burn because you're taking away those negative things, just how the fire make things to be forgotten. So will those things you wrote on the paper, on the other hand, frame the positive. Be proud of them. You become what you focus on most. Value yourself. Value yourself. That's all. I know you have experience. I know there's people out there that have experience. You know, you can start by going to the doctors, okay? But don't just go to any doctor. Find a doctor who's going to respect you and be honest with you. You don't want these doctors to fucking be mean at you. Even though doctors likes to fucking play Jeopardy with your life, they like to gamble with your life. But there's good doctors out there. Find that person. Let me tell you, I went to the doctor back in 2020 because I'm like, damn, like every time I get up. I feel like I feel some like heaviness on my shoulder, like if my body doesn't want me to move around. I'm sorry, but like my bowel movement are not the same. I'm always fucking thirsty. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I go to the doctor, and then they do me they go and do me a blood test. They came out and tell me, you are you are what is it? Releasing too much hormones. Yeah, and like, meaning I have too much, like too much hormones. Like, I have too much hormones. So I'm like, so what does that mean, doc? Like, if my body wants, I'm just being real. Like, so what does that mean? That my body wants to change to a female? No, it means that because you are, producing too much hormones, your thyroid is what's causing you the weight gain. Your thyroid is what's causing you your body to be fatigued, lethargic all the time. And I'm like, so what should I do? He goes and tell me, well, first of all, don't eat shrimp because it's gonna aggravate, your thyroid. And second, you gotta lose weight. Okay, well, the way he said it, I looked at him and I'm like, you know, it's funny how you, who is not skinny, is gonna come at me with that approach to tell me to lose weight. So, recognize who you are first, and then approach to people with respect and be professional. I don't need a fat person to tell me that I gotta lose weight and command. That's just like a pothead telling me not, don't smoke too much because you're gonna end up being a pothead. That's just like a crackhead telling me don't smoke crack. You know what I mean? When COVID hit and I was on the 14 days of quarantine, first of all, my job wanted me to go back to work, which I wasn't ready because when I got off that 14 quarantine, I felt like I was gonna faint. So I go to the doctor and I explain the situation. You know what they you know what this doctor tell me? That the reason of my fainting is because number one, I just got off COVID, and number two, I gotta lose weight. Again, you are a fat person telling a fat person to lose weight with aggression. Like, you people need to stop, get off your, like, you people are so fucking stupid. Just because you work in the medical field does not mean that you are that you are, the healthiest. Not everybody that works in the medical field are healthier people. I know people that fucking smokes. I know people that fucking eat every 2 hours on night shift. I know people who fucking lazy and don't want to fucking do no physical work. And me, for some reason, I gotta fucking take the heat. I gotta be tortured, especially when I'm always active. But because I finally fucking stopped and paused my activity and found out what the hell's going on with my body, and you help me find the what's causing, what's causing it. You have no right to tell me like that, especially if you're fat. Oh man, I remember too when I was younger, because like I said, I was always big. You know, my mom fucking snitched on me and told my doctor, oh, he eats like five toasts of Eggos every morning, and he drenched it in syrup. Okay, I'm a kid. This doctor is gonna fucking give me this speech with illustration and like he was talking to me like he was my dad, but yet he's fat. If me being overweight, I don't have no right to tell my son that or my daughter that. Why would I fucking do that? What example am I gonna lead to? Because they're going to look at me and be like, You fucking stupid, and you should check yourself before you tell somebody, you know, about their health. And they're right. But I'm gonna end this podcast like this. Embrace yourself. Think like you're skinny. If you're gonna go to the gym, go ahead and do it. If it does not work for you, go outside and walk. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of heavy objects around your house that you can use it as a lifting weights and eat. Do not stop on cold turkey of on the regular food that we were unfortunately exposed since we were little, because it's not like we all were raised eating salad and vegetable and shit. Not everybody had that environment where you had your own land and you plant your own vegetable and you had lifestyle that no, we didn't have that. We didn't have that. So unfortunately, if we want to change, we gotta do it. We gotta do it ourselves. Embrace yourself, value yourself. Go on my YouTube channel and click on that video. It's value yourself. Value yourself. Okay? And let me know. Cause I'm doing the same thing. This is James on the James Post. FUTS. Fuck the system. Okay? Obesity. Peace.